journalist calls. They want to comment on the news story about your company. Or a television crew shows up at your industry conference and wants an interview. Or a radio program invites you to discuss your area of expertise. These moments, when a microphone or camera appears, are simultaneously the highest visibility opportunities a business leader or professional will encounter, and the most consistently mishandled. The majority of media interview disasters are not caused by bad intent. They are caused by unpreparedness and technique. Executives say things they should not have because they forgot the camera was on. Business owners create crises because they answered a question they were not asked. Professionals lose credibility not because of what they knew, but because they could not communicate it under pressure. Media training is not about spin. It is about communicating clearly and confidently in an environment specifically designed to make that difficult. The first milestone is understanding the media interview environment, what journalists are doing, and why, and what that means for how to engage. Journalists are not conducting a conversation. They are gathering material for a story they have already begun to form. They are professional questioners operating on a tight deadline with loyalty to their audience, not to the interview subject. They are skilled at asking questions that invite over-explaining, at letting silence create pressure to fill it with more than was intended, and at reframing quotes in context that the speaker would not have chosen. Understanding this is not cause for adversarial posturing. It is cause for strategic preparation. Every significant media interview should begin with the same analytical question. What is the story this journalist is most likely trying to tell? And what is the most useful, honest contribution to make to that story? The answer to that question is the starting point for message preparation. The second milestone is message architecture, the preparation of 3 to 5 core messages before any significant interview. This is the most important technical discipline in media training, and it is consistently identified as such by every major communications firm and media training organization. Core messages are the specific points that must be communicated regardless of what questions are asked. They should be simple, memorable, and supported by evidence. They should be written in plain language, not corporate vocabulary. And they should speak to what the audience cares about, not just what the organization wants to say. The technique for deploying core messages in response to unexpected or challenging questions is called bridging. Acknowledging the question, then transitioning to a prepared message. Phrases like, "That is an important issue, and what I think is most relevant here is," or "What I can tell you is that," allow the speaker to move from hostile or irrelevant territory to prepared, productive ground. Bridging is not evasion, it is message discipline. The most effective communicators use it consistently. The third milestone is performance technique, the physical and vocal behaviors that determine whether credibility is projected or undermined. 4 technique elements are most critical. First, the opening statement. In broadcast interviews, the first 15 seconds matter enormously. Open with a clear, active statement, not a qualifier. The important thing to understand is, carries authority. Well, I guess what I would say is, does not. Second, answer length. The ideal television interview answer is between 15 and 30 seconds. Radio and print allow for more depth. Answers that run long either get edited to the least favorable excerpt or cause the interviewer to interrupt and redirect. Third, eye contact. In a one-on-one interview, maintain eye contact with the interviewer, not with the camera. In a studio with multiple cameras, look at the interviewer or use a natural scan that avoids looking away during key statements. Fourth, the pause. Pausing before answering a challenging question communicates thoughtfulness, not evasion. The instinct to fill silence with words is the single most common media performance mistake. Here is the trap. Many executives and business owners believe that their ability to speak fluently in internal settings means they are equipped for media interviews. They are not. The media environment introduces variables: the presence of a camera or recording device, the pressure of knowing that a statement is permanent, that produce performance behaviors utterly different from normal professional communication. Even the most articulate people need practice in the specific environment of a media interview before they perform well in it. One-day media training conducted with a professional journalist before the first significant interview is among the most cost-effective professional development investments available for anyone with public-facing responsibility. Your go-to. Prepare for the most likely question a journalist would ask about your organization right now. The one that is most potentially sensitive. Write a bridge response that acknowledges the question, transitions to a prepared core message, and ends with an active, credible statement. Practice it aloud 3 times. Notice how different the third delivery is from the first. Media confidence and presentation skills are closely related. The video on delivering compelling pitches and presentations in this series covers many of the same performance techniques in a different context. Watch them together for the full communication skill set. Social media has added a new dimension to media interview preparation that professionals and business owners now navigate regularly. The interview that never technically ends. In the era of always-on social platforms, a statement made in an interview can be instantly excerpted, decontextualized, and amplified across multiple platforms, sometimes before the interview is even over. The discipline of message consistency, ensuring that what is said across all channels, on all topics, over extended time periods remains coherent, has become a fundamental communication risk management competency. Organizations whose spokespeople say different things in different contexts, more guarded in formal interviews, more candid in off-the-record conversations that turn out not to be off the record, generate the credibility problems that dominate media training case studies. The concept of on the record, off the record, and on background communication deserves specific clarification. In theory, off the record means that information shared will not be attributed or published. In practice, off the record, in a journalist interaction, means nothing unless it is explicitly agreed before the information is shared, not after. Information offered first and then retroactively claimed as off the record is almost never treated as such by professional journalists operating with ethical standards. The safest operating principle for any professional dealing with media: assume everything said in the proximity of a journalist may be attributed and published. This is not paranoia. It is the professional standard that prevents the most common and most preventable media disasters. The crisis communication interview, where a spokesperson must address a negative event involving their organization, deserves specific preparation beyond standard media training. The principles of crisis communication, covered in the crisis management video in this series, apply in the interview context. Acknowledge, empathize, commit, and update. The spokesperson who demonstrates these 4 qualities in a crisis interview often manages to convert a potentially damaging media appearance into evidence of organizational character. The spokesperson who denies, deflects, or responds with corporate language almost always extends the story and deepens the credibility damage. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, hit like and subscribe to our channel for more practical insights. And if you're ready to go further, check out the next video on your screen.